Welcome to room 502. This is scripture class. This is block 6, and this is your last stop on the tour of the school today. Many thanks for coming. My name is Jim Baird, and I'm teaching scripture to your child this semester. I'm here till Christmas, and then in January, the regular teacher who's out on maternity leave will return. She'll be handling the New Testament. Meanwhile, it's my job to get through that 3/4 of the Bible that amounts to the Old Testament. I'm looking forward to that because I'm a veteran of Sacred Heart Cathedral. I was here as a religion teacher for 10 years. I retired in 2011, and I find it very hard to stay away. I'm back now for my second time out of retirement. My favorite group is freshmen, and that's who I'm working with. This is wonderful. At least it is for me. So there's one item of official business we have to talk about, which is a handout, and you'll find it in the classroom. And it's printed on both sides. One side is a letter from me to you, talking about what I expect we'll handle in the semester and other information, just as what's going to happen. The other side of it is my homework and grading policies. If they do their homework, everything's fine. It's taken them a little while to get used to it. I think everybody's up to speed at this point. So all is well on that front. I've posted copies of both sides of the document onto Schoology if you want to look at it later. If you have any questions, any comments, anything like that, my contact information is on the pages also. And that's the official business. What I'd like to do now is, as I do in the letter, talk about the upcoming semester. And I'd like to approach that with just 3 points. One of them, what's the most important question we have to ask and answer in our life? And then based on that answer, then what? And the then what has to do with this idea of being called and being sent. It's a biblical idea that I find affects us even today. And finally, there's just a lot of stuff that goes on in the Bible. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of events. There's a whole lot of stuff. How in the world can we navigate all that? Well, it helps to have a map. And in fact, there is one, and I'll talk about that just a little bit, and then we'll wrap things up. So, first of all, what is the most important question? The answer to that is there a God? And depending, there are honorable ways to say, yes, there is, or honorable ways to say, no, there isn't. This is a Catholic school and a religion department, so of course, the answer is yes. But like all good questions, it leads to more. Okay, the answer is yes, there is a God. Now what do I do? Well, I guess I better find out who this God is and what this God wants from me. Now, that's a lifetime's work when you think about it, or even longer. It really pays to have a shortcut. Is there a history somewhere of people's experience with God through the ages? And where can I get one? Well, obviously, it's the Bible, the Scriptures. And it's a time saver. It allows us to experience what other people have for thousands of years, have it condensed down, and it results in a portrait of God, the Old Testament God, that is extremely surprising. This is not the thunder and lightning and you're in trouble now kind of God, as the students will soon be seeing, and as any of us who read through the Scriptures have noticed. So, okay, we're in the Scriptures. Well, there's this odd thing that happens, and it happens from almost page 1 of the Scriptures all the way through, which is people get called and people get sent. This isn't just a book you read. This is a whole experience. Salvation history has us as characters in it. Okay, well, example. First day of school, what I told the students was, there are 29 of us. I am in there, and there's 28 of them, and it looks like a coincidence that the group came together. It's just kind of random. Well, it really isn't. There's wisdom behind it. Exactly the right 29 people are in the room to experience whatever it is we need to do over the next few months and then find out what the next job is. And that is going to be interesting, and it certainly has so far. But of course, Scripture is complicated. You really need a map to get through it. It looks like a book, but it's more than that. It's got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of characters, a lot of all kinds of things. History. So the timeline, which you'll see hanging on the back wall and on the side wall, it's a 1 by 3 foot illustration, and it contains vast amounts of information in a very easy to understand fashion. It allows us, as we go along, to position ourselves within the Bible. About 3/4 of the timeline is the Old Testament, which is as it should be. The Old Testament is a lot longer, and then the New Testament also. If you'd like to see it, if you'd like a copy, just let me know. My contact information is in the handout. I will be glad to get one to you. And that's it. That's what I have to tell you this evening, other than this. The students and I have been together long enough now to kind of size each other up. I think they've kind of figured me out. I'm hoping to get up to speed with them pretty soon. The main thing I've noticed is they're energetic, they're bright, and unlike some classes I've had, they're more than willing to challenge what they hear and find out what the truth is. They'd like to get down to the basics. And that has been a lot of fun, and I anticipate it will continue to be. Again, my contact information is on the handout if you'd like to come visit the class. If you have any question, anything at all, please let me know. Thanks again for coming, and God bless.